Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we are going to be featuring my latest go-to team. This is the team that I used to climb in GBL a couple days ago. As you can see, I'm at 2200. I think I gained like, I don't know, 100 points with this. We'll see. Anyways, I show a couple of clips here. So obviously a really bad lead. I say switch to Vigor off. That's always going to be my safe switch. And because I had such a big energy lead, I'm going to be able to flip this Altaria matchup, but you have to do it like very precisely so you don't give up too many shields or put yourself in too big of a disadvantageous situation. Fortunately, Wishcash can beat Vigor off like down a million shields basically, so I shouldn't be in too bad of a situation. I am going to throw it exactly when they throw the sky attack. So I force the CMP tie, so at least I get a shield. So as you can see, it's a CMP tie. You can do that by exactly counting. I know it takes 7.5 turns, so usually I throw it after I've thrown the 7th body slam. And then at this point in time, they're unlikely to shield since they're so low on health, and they would rather take the shield advantage. It's still in a little bit of a tricky situation. Fortunately, it is a Meganium. So this is going to be a pretty straightforward matchup for me. Throw the body slam, a few more counters. They're going to vine whip me down, and I'm going to come back in to Meganium, and then I know they're going to come back in with Bastodon, and basically I'm going to look to take out this Bastodon. It actually still would have been a decent matchup, but I had a little bit too much health in my Skarmory, so I had 2 hard counters. Vigor off, safe switch, so OP. Shout out to For the Battles for the one that showed me this team. So obviously this is a very positive matchup. Unfortunately, one of the big downsides of this team is that it is very weak. Not very weak. It has neutral matchups, slightly losing matchups, I would say, against a Hydro Pump variant, Azumarill. So when they switched out to Azumarill, like ideally I would switch out to Vigor off, but an energy disadvantage is really not worth it. I would lose switch advantage, and then I would end up in that particular matchup. So I am gonna likely 2 shield, and I'm gonna throw right when they get the ice beam. It's because they are probably looking to throw another Hydro Pump on me, so they end up taking the shield advantage, which I'm perfectly fine with. And I'm likely gonna face a Registeel, which is the case, but I feel okay about this, mostly because I still have 2 counters to it. I do have to really careful and so they end up throwing a Flash Cannon here or a Focus Blast. I don't know. They Focus Blast me. They probably could have farmed a little more. I am going to go to Wishcash, and I do need to switch right away as soon as I switch. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit too slow on the switch, and then I'm going to have to go to Vigor off. I would have to burn the shield anyways, and this is still a very complicated matchup for me. Yeah, very complicated match. I need to be able to counter down this Pokemon, and I do throw the body slam right at the end of the animation. I know they're going to shield this anyway, so I don't bother throwing any bubbles, and it's very close, and they actually have it, but I'm able to counter down before they're able to execute. I don't throw the bulldoze because I don't want them to farm. As soon as I throw the body slam, what I mean is that they know they can farm up some energy, because I know I'm in a very good position right now. They basically have 0 energy, and I'm going to be able to outpace them, and they decide to leave the match. So Azumarill is a pretty tough Pokemon, but you can basically beat it with a combination of other Pokemon and maintain that advantage. Really, the crux of this team is to trap the Registeel or the Bastodon with Wishcash. So we're going to go... Melmetal is a tricky Pokemon for this team to deal with. So I do say switch into Vigor off, hoping that they actually don't throw the superpower. I think I end up not shielding this. This is a total mistake on my part. It does absolutely way too much damage, but it might have still been okay. Like, this is a pretty tough matchup. This is an example of like where there's really no chance to win this particular matchup. So I do go back into Skarmory. I waited to switch cock a little bit, but to be honest, like the Deoxys has enough health. Ideally, I would go to Wishcash because it has a much better matchup against the Deoxys. But it's not this is not a winnable game really at this point in time, unless they're carrying like double steel in the back or something. So I'm hoping to KO. And at this point in time, I'm going 2 shields with Wish Cash, but really, there's not really much chance I have here. So I do farm down. I probably could have caught the Rock Slide, and then they have a Grass type in the back, so really not much play here. So if you end up in this situation, it's basically GG. So well played. Not every team is invincible, but I found this team very effective. And for the battles has been like climbing the leaderboard absolutely like crazy. I'm going to be featuring her battles in a couple days, so you're going to see it on this channel. Probably going to record in the same night. So anyways, we go into the next match, and it's going to be Skarmory versus Umbreon. Again, this is a situation where it's not great for me because Skarmory does lose this matchup to Umbreon in all shield scenarios, just because Umbreon is very tanky. And we are going to throw another Sky Attack, and so get it pretty low, and they're farming out some additional energy. I'm hoping to counter down, but I think I get hit by one more foul play on my Vigoroth. Yeah, they get to it right then. So really nice farming on their side, really nice gameplay, and the foul play connects. It doesn't do that much damage, but still kind of annoying to have to deal with. And they come into a Toxicroak, so I'm in a whole lot of trouble right now. They don't shield, and they switch out into Deoxys. Okay, so this is kind of playable. Very complicated situation right now. Wishcash does have a positive matchup against both these Pokemon, and I believe this is one of Caleb Peng's early teams, like basically Umbreon and 2 counter users. And both these counter users are pretty good. They have very good matchups against obviously Registeel, and they have good matchups, playable matchups against Azumarill. So what did I decide to do here? I decided to shield. And do I switch? I can't remember. Nope, they decide to switch. And then I thought the switch was I really like kind of a tough situation for me right now. So I do throw the last Mud Bomb, and then I think I switch. And then I really only have one chance, which is counter down a fighter that has counter, and I'm weak to counter, and they resist counter. So I'm just barely able to counter it down and body slam and barely win out this matchup. It's really good that Wishcash had such a positive matchup against both the Pokemon. If it had Psycho Boost or something else, like it would have been really tough. Or they decide to throw, I don't know. It was very complicated matchup. So pretty grateful for getting that particular win. So for some reason, I wait here a while. I'm not sure why I don't. I'm like probably just relieved from winning that match, and then I go into this next match. So this matchup does favor Skarmory. They actually switch out into Stunfisk, so this is a good matchup for me. I do take neutral damage from these. Looks like nope, they have Thundershock, so I double resist the Thundershock, and then or single resist because of the water typing. But I do want to come out of this matchup with a lot of energy, so I can threaten this Altaria and at least grab a shield. That'd be fantastic. Win the switch plus grab a shield. So I do throw here. I don't think this will KO because Stunfisk is very tanky, and this actually works out really favorable for me. And Altaria comes in. It's definitely going to just farm me down. I debate actually just baiting, and yeah, baiting is probably too risky because they end up throwing their energy. So like that's like, oh, actually no, in that scenario, did I count? I think I counted actually because I did one mud shot extra because I wanted to force the CMP tie because they think that they could throw the Sky Attack to prevent the Blizzard, but because I win CMP, that worked out in my favor. So A little bit of complex matchup here. I know these are flash cannons, but I really shouldn't be shielding them because I knew it was flash cannon. But I'm in a really positive situation right now, but I ended up making this matchup a little closer because I wasn't counting properly. Registeel is an absolute monster. Vigoroth has a very iffy matchup against Registeel, just because of that normal typing. I do farm up a little bit extra, throw the bulldoze, and I'm gonna take out this Registeel. I have a lot of health left, and I'm gonna be able to throw the body slam. I think I'm able to get to 2. I think I just got my 5th counter there. Yep, I did. So I go and click on it. Honestly, I could have kept countering, but I'm in a very good situation. I have a very healthy Skarmory, and that match is a GG. So I really like this team. It's a lot of fun to play. Obviously, it has its weaknesses. Obviously, a Razor Leafer in the back would be absolutely terrible, especially when there was this counter. So this is not a good situation for me. So I decide, again, safe switch to Vigoroth. And the good thing here is that these Thunder Shocks don't do that much damage. And they go into Skarmory. Again, Vigoroth is an absolute monster at getting switch advantage, especially with an energy lead. And the thing is, I throw the Body Slam early because I know they're very unlikely to shield the Body Slam. And then I do a bunch of counters. And then they still think okay, maybe I don't need to shield. And then I basically, at this point in time, I throw exactly when they have enough energy for another Sky Attack. So they have a lot of incentive to shield. And I could have threw the Body Slam there and then potentially grab the second shield. But at this point in time, I'm just going to look to counter down. And I know the Stunfisk is coming, so I should just bulldoze here. Bulldozing here would have made a lot of sense, just because they're likely just to tank the Body Slam, and I'm gonna win CMP tie. But yeah, bulldoze would have done a lot of damage there, so kind of mistake on my part. So I do go to Wishcash, and I'm gonna switch right away, and it is a Cherim. Still okay for me. Cherim's kind of annoying to deal with Skarmory, but it's so glassy that it's still taking quite a bit of damage, and these bullet seeds are absolutely nothing. So it relies purely on these weather balls, and because of how glassy it is, and it can bullet seed down, it can't farm out of this matchup. So it has to throw, and ideally wants to throw before I get to the Sky Attack. So really nice farm by my opponent. And then the weather ball is absolutely going to do nothing to Wishcash. So I actually debate mud shotting it down, but that'd probably be a little bit too aggressive because these bullet seeds do still hurt a little bit, and I'm in a very positive matchup. I could just throw the Blizzard and that would be GG. So I take that win, and we go into the next matchup, Skarmory v Skarmory. So I'm not looking to throw first. I'm looking to try to get an extra air slash in, but we have this weird at some point in time, okay, this matchup was super weird. This is probably the one that's strange. Is it this matchup? I think so. So I throw back-to-back Sky Attacks. That's great for me. And we're at when you throw back-to-back, that's over 100 energy. And I switch out to Wishcash because Wishcash has a very positive matchup against Defense Deoxys. And here comes the Rock Slide, and I go for the Mud Bomb, hoping to grab a shield, and they do shield. That's great. And actually, once they shield once, I really should go up to the Blizzard again, and then just throw the Blizzard, because they're very unlikely to shield again. So I don't shield here. A little bit dangerous on my side, to be honest, because they easily could be just double shield again here, but they don't. And I throw the Mud Bomb again, and I forget if they switch at this point in time. They do. They switch out into their own Wishcash. Kind of an awkward matchup for me. Yeah, I'm not really too sure to go to, so I just go to Vigoroth. shields down. But I have basically a full house Skarmory plus 2 shields. And I think I no shield this? And I think they hit me with a Blizzard. They do. Yeah, that kind of sucked. But that's okay. I think I shield and counter down. And their Skarmory is very low from the amount of sky attacks that I hit on it. So, and then basically I'm going to have like 1.5 body slams. And I throw the body slam, and I actually think I KO this Skarmory. Is that the case? No, I don't. I'm not really sure what they were doing there, because they had like basically 120 energy at that point in time. And I let this go. I think I come back in with Skarmory. Oh, they end up like just leaving the match. It was very weird. I think I still would have been okay. I obviously had 2 shields left, and 2 Pokemon, and like a Skarmory that's probably at like 60% health. So I go Skarmory into Meganium, obviously extremely positive matchup. So I'm hoping they go into the Registeel. They go into Swampert. It's a very like awkward matchup for me, and I'm hoping to grab a shield because none of my again, Swampert is like one of those Pokemon that I don't really have a hard counter for it, and I decide to let this go. And yeah, they have a lot of energy, and I switch out into Vigoroth. I shield one, and then I'm immediately going to take another one. Yeah. And then at this point in time, I'm just going to take it, and then I'm going to look to counter down. It's really my only play. I take a lot of damage on 2 of my Pokemon. Not a great situation for me at all. And I'm down a shield. They come back in with their Meganium. I'm going to throw as many body slams as physically possible. I grab a shield, which is fantastic. These body slams hurt, but they don't hurt that much. But I guess you have to shield one of them because it would certainly add up. Like this Meganium would certainly be into the... I let this go because I know I have a very positive matchup with Skarmory. And they basically have almost no energy. Switch out to Skarmory. I switch out into Wishcash, and this matchup's a GG. Bastodon to Wishcash. Like there's very few harder counters in the game than that. I guess like Altaria and Bastodon, but man, you could just, I guess maybe like a Mud Slapper would be more effective. So again, not a great situation for me. So I immediately switch out into Vigoroth, and they switch out into Altaria. I don't have as big of energy lead than I did before. So in the Altaria matchup, you definitely want the energy advantage versus like Skarmory. It's actually like probably slightly more important to have a little bit more health, just because like you're going to do damage with the counters and the body slams will be resisted. The body slams do add up, but it's really the counter damage that's going to really take a toll onto Skarmory. Again, I throw it exactly the time that they're going to throw the Sky Attack. So you're going to see a CMP tie. Yeah, so they have incentive to shield. And then I'm in a really good situation right now. I really should have countered down, but I got a little bit too scared. I think countering down would have been slightly better so their next Pokemon can't farm as much. But I have a little bit of health left, and they come back. They go into Registeel. They're going to throw the Flash Cannon. I'm still in a little bit of trouble. If they have a Azumarill, then I will lose this matchup. I switch out into Skarmory, and this is like basically Farmtown USA, or in this case, Farmtown Canada. So they throw the Earthquake, and then at this point in time, I just need. I don't want to be so low that the Registeel can dislodge on me down. But I want to have enough health so that they're forced to throw a charge move. And these Sky Attacks add up. Like, Registeel is a very good counter to Skarmory, but Registeel is like a very poor Pokemon at farming energy. Farming, mostly because like the lock-ons don't do that much damage, and like it doesn't double resist the flying attacks like Bastodon does. So certainly trade-offs. Obviously, it takes resisted damage from Flash Cannon, which is obviously neutral to Bastion. It actually does a decent amount to Bastion. So able to take that match. Lots of really exciting, when you're using this team, there's a lot of really exciting games. There's a lot of really good counterplay, potential to win switch advantage back. So here, this is like, if I feel like I don't play this matchup that well, and I'm basically looking to get additional air slash through, which I did. I shield. If they bait me, that kind of sucks. And I throw the sky attack. And then I'm looking to throw another one. Oh man, I let up. Oh man, I suck at these flying things. Okay, but they end up shielding. I probably could tank this, but I really didn't want to risk it, so I'm just gonna overfarm by a little bit. I doubt they're gonna shield, because at this point in time I'm gonna be able to outpace their Azumarill. So they end up just letting me let it go, and then I think they come in with, oh, they come in for Steel. Totally fine with me. I'm gonna throw the sky attack, put it a little bit lower, just so that 2 mud bombs are gonna be able to KO. I don't know if I win this match. Probably not. Oh, they really nice undercharge there. Or really nice decision to throw the flash cannon and then farm me down. I do get another one through, so now they're basically at like 1 mud bomb in a little bit. And then I think they throw the focus blast. Yes, they made the right call. And I throw the mud bomb. I'm in like not a great situation right now. And they let it go. And here comes Haunter. And this is like one of the dream scenarios. You take the shield. You hope that they don't have Sludge Bomb Haunter. Because if they only have Shadow Ball, Vigoroth don't care. Viggy don't care. And they Shadow Ball. And then I could totally take another Shadow Ball. And I'm going to be able to bulldoze and take them out. Obviously, if they had like Altaria in the back, that would be not a great situation. I would need to leave that I probably need to leave that Wishcash matchup with a little bit more energy to have any chance. And here comes Skarmory into Venusaur, so a very positive matchup for me. I do expect them to switch out, and they switch out into Azumarill. Again, it's like one of those matchups where I really need to get out of here, because like Venusaur does beat my other 2 Pokemon. I think I make a mistake here, though. I think I let this go. And then I'm going to switch to Wishcash. I'm very slow at my switch here. So, not a great situation for me. They are going to switch very soon. And I let this go because I know the Venusaur's coming back in. They're just using that to stall the clock. And I'm okay taking out this Azumarill. And here comes the Venusaur. And I'm super close to the Blizzard. So at this point in time, I'm like, maybe they're not counting. And they shield anyway, so that's great. So I grab the shield. I'm still not in a good position because my Skarmory cannot take... probably cannot even take a Frenzy Plant at this range. And I switch out into... And this is a very, 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 very complicated match right now. I actually think they throw the... This is a Flash Cannon. Oh, that's actually Focus Blast. Okay. Makes sense on their part. And I throw the bait. And at this point in time, I know I'm not going to get to another Body Slam. So I time it exactly when it's CMP. Just so like... That's like the only chance I have. Like, I got to make it feel like they need to throw it as soon as possible to prevent the Bulldoze. And then I farm up a little bit. I basically farm up... I should have farmed up a little bit more. Because I had more than a Sky Attack. and they actually think that they had a frenzy plant. I don't know why they didn't throw it. I definitely should have lost that game. I don't know why they did not throw their frenzy plant, because I really should have went to two. I was at 6 air slashes, and then I should have did 4 more then through, because then that would have been a CMP tie, and I would have won the CMP tie versus the Registeel. Thank you again for the battles, for sharing this team with me. It was a really cool team. I had a lot of fun playing, and it's definitely one of my go-to teams. I highly recommend that you check it out and try it out. The Azumarill matchup is very tricky, and you just have to learn how to maintain that matchup. But ideally, you end up in a Wishcash versus Registeel or Wishcash versus Bastion matchup, and that will allow you to do quite well. So anyways, I'm going to leave it there. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.